Hello there, and welcome to stages 41 to 45. Oh my goodness, that's right. They keep coming, and yes, the Ruka is back in play. Oh, now that I've started upgrading the ants, I feel like I need to use them. And it's not necessarily that I need to use them, but I really want to use them. Like, they are so super powerful. They can do such crazy things, and this level seemed like a prime candidate for the army ants, so I busted them out. And you know, look, Juan is taking a day off. There are no medics coming on this Ruka run. Yes. Also, I noticed making that last video, I am very much starting to flatline in the brain pan and the whatnots. So, if there is something you would like to hear me ramble on about while I am going through and showing replays of the crab levels, please let me know. Obviously, this is 41 to 45. I still have more attacks. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be taking sleep before I start using any of them. At this point, the last time I checked, I was in the top 5 for I guess New Zealand, which is technically the leaderboard that I am on. So, I'm actually like freaking mind blown. I do not even understand how that happened, but I am not gonna complain about it. It's super fantastic. It's going surprisingly well, and hopefully overall everything will end up being pretty fantastic. With this attack, I decided to be kind of tricky and kind of clear out the one side and use my poor Riflemen just purely as bait, and then smoke everything in behind the base because the shields are almost going to be gone, and then just take out the rest with pure unadulterated DPS. And the strategy worked out really, really well, actually. I was kind of impressed with myself. I was like, I can't believe I pulled this off, huh? And what I found really interesting was, in the 40s, I'm picking up where I was dropping the ball in the 30s. So I'm hoping that I can kind of keep this going. I can keep coasting through and keep my momentum. I don't know how far I'm going to get, but at this point, I'm hoping that we see 50. I started off with a goal of just beating what I got last time, and somehow it has mutated from that into 50. I know someone, I believe, I'm 90% sure it was Dennis, was like, oh, whoa. By the way, that's my new strategy. It's called drop 4 barrages on the frickin' beach instead of your troops, and then panic and start landing your troops while the barrage is still going off, because the mega crabs started getting so easy in the 40s that I had to do something to kill my own troops so that, it would be harder. Yes, I am going to stick with that. I am going to say that's what it was going on there. And we will never speak of this again. Never. Dennis was saying, hey, make it to 35. I think. I don't know. At this point, my memory is shot, and honestly, my hand-eye coordination's not too good. I would not want to operate a motor vehicle because, the cops would pull me over, try giving me the sobriety test, and I'd probably fail even though I'm stone cold sober. But the good news is, the attacks were done earlier. It's just the crazy commentary that's coming now. So Yes, congratulations. Um, with the advent of the Ruka, I have clearly upped my game and am ready to bring the pain. And it turns out that I guess it's troop health statue is kind of important to Ruka. I assume. I'm just going based on, what other people have said and what I've heard and whatnot. And it seems pretty accurate. Um, but it's kind of nice because that's the one statue that I feel is like really, really good. It's, 34% troop health. I feel like that puts me in a pretty good group. I've had that one for a long time. It's actually one of the reasons why I went with the tanks, because tanks like to have the more health too. And then at the end of this attack, it's just like I feel like there's just critters upon critters. Like I've got a wave of critters in front of my wave of riflemen, which is in front of my wave of Zookas, and I was really happy with the way that this attack kind of came together and unfolded and whatnot, and kicked the absolute poopy out of the Mega Crab. And then with 42 down, we're going to move on to number 43. This time, fortunately, not a replay. And yes, I decided to go with the AZ. And the reason for that is, if you look at that lovely little shield there, I'm just going to do a barrage to make sure that the mines are clear and that it's safe for me to get in there. And I'm going to do another barrage and throw some critters, because it's a really super short smoke. But that being said, I need to have all of my Zookas, because that shield that I was showing earlier while I was kind of clearing mines off, that lovely little shield has over 10 million hit points. That's right, there are 15 shield generators on this level. Yeah, it's like a cross level, and each of the other, like obviously one leg of the cross is where you land. One leg is where the headquarters is, and then the other two legs have a 5-pack each, and then there's a 5-pack right smack dab in the middle. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I don't even, like, I'm not going to fight with all that stuff. I'm not going to deal, because the first chunk is obviously all cannons and sniper towers and stuff, so you want to go Ruka. But then the second chunk is all flamethrowers and rocket launchers, so like it's very nasty. But if you park yourself down in the back, right where I am, nothing can hit you, and you can blow things up for minutes on end, which is a good thing, because you actually need all that time to get through 10 million freaking hit points worth of shield. And I was a little worried that I was going to run out of time. Like, that got me down to 35 seconds. I was kind of glad that I got the medkit out there to save the Zookas from the flamethrowers, because I saw that, flamethrower was doing some bad things. And then because I had so few losses and such great success, I figured, okay, I'm gonna go AZ again. And this is why. With the cryo bomb taking out the entire block of sniper towers, just throwing a few critters is all I really need to do to just clear through without anything bad happening. Obviously, unfortunately, the cryo wore off and the sniper towers started taking their toll, because, well, that's sort of their thing. It's what they do. You can see the smokes just like pop, because there's so many crazy sniper towers. And then I realized that at 40 energy a pop, my critters are getting a little too expensive. So that's when I decided to smoke out of there and go up behind all of the cannons and I guess doom cannons and stuff like that, and start clearing my way back out of this corner. Now, because I let the sniper towers go a little too long, unfortunately, I do fall a little short with the first attack, but I tell you, I open this bad boy up like a can of tuna. It's absolutely fantastic. And had I probably, managed my energy a little bit better with the sniper towers and actually used some shocks, I'm pretty sure that I probably could have one-shot this, because one of the integral parts of this attack is I've got troops over there by all the shield gens, so I can take out all those shield gens and make life nice and easy. And as long as, there's not shock launchers and scary mortars and regular mortars making my life miserable for all my poor troops. And also, I guess I kind of messed up because I could have used my GBE to start unleashing some of the critters. There are a bunch of critter containers around, so if you're doing this yourself and you decide to AZ it, make sure to kick off some critter boxes. It'll, help distract the sniper towers while you're taking things down and make life that much easier. And then, whoop, after taking down the last shield generator, I sent everything back up to the top. As you can see, the sniper towers still pecking away, and I like, that critter container was standing there the whole time, and I was like, derp a derp a derp a derp. And I kept trying to adjust with flares, and then I dropped myself right into the middle of the shock launcher. So, my troops died, but that's alright, because, like I said, I cracked that bad boy open like, what? So it's nice and easy. I can land my AZ again, this time with a little bit of smoke, because I don't have the critters and cryo bombs to make it, I guess, a more Zooka friendly landing. And then all the way back into the corner. There we go. And of course, a few more smokes when the sniper towers start picking on our troops. But like at this time, at this point, this is just, like easy peasy, lemon squeezy, what a breezy. I don't know, I ran out of E things. Now there, going up behind, I know there's a shock launcher that's going to try doing bad things, so I can throw shock on the shock, and a shock on possibly the scary mortars, because, oh no, now I realized that the stupid critters were there, and I could have used them the whole time. Of course. But the level goes down with relative ease, and we can move on to stage 45, which is the stage that I guess my boost wore out on, and I was just like, you know what, I got some attacks left, but I'll leave those for tomorrow. I need to do this tomorrow. I need to get my situation under control first. And 45 I thought was actually a pretty good level to do it on. So I unleashed the critters to make a more, Zooka friendly landing. I don't trust those defenses nearly enough to not smoke, but the pressure was off, if that makes sense. So I knew everything would go down, and I used the I don't know, what would you call that? It's not a divot. Inlet? Outlet? I don't know. Ledge? I used that little change in the map to just flare right down on the bottom, and it gives you a corner which gives you that really nice tight Zooka positioning. Like it kind of compacts everything in. So definitely make sure if you're going to try doing that you do that, because it's a fantastic thing. And somehow that gap was so small that the flamethrower didn't even trigger, but I thought for sure that it was, so I threw down extra smokes and heals and all the things, and actually ended up, doing more damage than good, because I thought for sure my poor Zookas were gonna get roasted there, and I was so busy trying to recover, I wasn't even paying attention to see if there was something I needed to recover from. And then, yeah, basically landed everything, got everything in the very back there, and kaplow, kaplow, kaplow. I just let my Zookas go ham. Now, the problem is, I left the Doom Cannon down there because I was just like, it's a Doom Cannon. Yeah, it'll take 1 or 2 Zookas at a time, but, whatevs, it's fine. Unfortunately, the Doom Cannon had range of the entire back, so there was no escaping it. Had I taken it down, I probably could have been defense-free, and I could have just, left everything sitting back there and shot at that shield for the extra minute and a half that I had sitting there. But, it is what it is. We live and learn, I guess? I don't know. But we are able to finish this attack with this attack. We're able to finish this stage with this attack. Yes, yes. Making English is the good. And also, because, lessons learned and whatnot, that Doom Cannon does not have long to live, I assure you. I am going to make sure that Mr. Doom Cannon can eat some Doom Dookie. Dookie. Now that was a good album. There it goes. I also used the Barrage so that I would trigger the critters and kind of fill in the middle there and just buy myself a little extra time. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.